Hey everybody, it's PZ at SpinNerd.com, and today we are here to review this. It's the AlumaFX 6-shooter mini, and right now I'm going to tell you why it's my favorite 6-armed sorry. It's funny because I only have one 6-armed spinner, but it is my favorite 6-armed spinner for sure. Oh, so actually that's not true. I actually have another 6-arm spinner, but it's not very good. So I had totally forgotten about it. It actually reeks of WD-40. Anyway, I'm not going to tell you any more about that one. We're going to focus on AlumaFX today. Well, let me tell you about how I found out about AlumaFX. I actually saw a video by this awesome guy, Fabian, SpinSpace, who had gotten his hands on this thing by AlumaFX, and it was called the 6-shooter Giant. Let me see if I can dig up a video of that. And it's pretty much, one of the largest spinners that you can find. Like, it's clearly a table-only spinner, or for people that are like giants themselves. And it looks like it's ridiculously heavy, but it looks really, really cool. And so, I mean, look at this thing. It's huge. So I guess the founder of AlumaFX, Wes, decided, well, maybe I don't need to make things quite so big, and he made a mini version. So this is what I have. I've got one of his minis, and yeah, I mean, take a look at it. It's really pretty. It's a mix of this brass and stainless steel, but the brass is really, really shiny, and the stainless steel is too. It's pretty much, one of the best looking spinners I think I've owned. It's just very eye-catching. He also flamed the buttons. Now, obviously, the most important thing about these guys is how does it spin? So, with a two-handed spin, it is amazing. I mean, you may know, I don't love bar spinners, the two-handed spinners, because they wobble a bunch. And so, with a 3-arm spinner, the wobble reduces drastically. With a 4-arm spinner, the wobble reduces a little bit more. Still, with 5 arms, it reduces more. And so, why not add 6 arms? Essentially, the least amount of wobble is achieved if you have essentially, call it infinite arms or just a circle. But 6 arms gets pretty close. So there's almost no wobble whatsoever, and there's this amazing gyroscopic feel to this. It really feels great when you get it like spinning nicely. Like, I'm having so much fun getting just little bits of feedback from the gyro effect here. It feels great. If you got a really nice spin on it. Now, when I first got this, I actually thought I was gonna hate it, and I forced myself to carry it around for the last 2 days or so, and I really, really like it now. But let me tell you why I really thought I was going to hate it at first. And it's because I get my fingers caught in the middle here. You can kind of see that if you were to flick it around, your finger kind of gets caught. And it hurts. If you don't do it right, your finger gets stuck in the middle, and it hurts. Like, more than once. I'd just be like flicking, and be like, ow! Flicking, ow! And it took me a few hours before I learned that I had to just kind of grab it at the top of the ball only, and not in between each of these arms. So if you grab it at the top of the ball, you can always grab it, and it's not going to hurt you. So it took me a while to figure that out. And once I figured that out, I really, really started liking this, because again, I love the gyro feel. It feels just so smooth in your hand. Works great for these pulls. Again, if you don't catch your fingers in it. Now, if you're really, really clumsy, you think you're worried about catching your fingers, you should probably just stick with a 3-arm model. But in terms of uniqueness and just having, this gorgeous little guy in a collection, like I'm thrilled that I kept playing with it. So actually, sorry, I goofed a little bit earlier when I said that the balls are stainless steel. Stainless steel balls are an option, but this model that I have are tungsten balls. And I love the feel of having some tungsten there. Tungsten is an incredibly dense material. It's almost twice as heavy as brass or stainless steel, and you can really feel it. You can feel that there's a lot of weight spinning around the outside of this, but it feels fantastic. This thing is pretty much the smoothest spin that I have had in any spinner that I can think of in recent history. It's tremendously smooth. It's just so much fun. The other spinner that I can think of that was kind of maybe almost as smooth as this is the Trillium, and that thing is really known for not having hardly any feedback at all. Here you've got a bunch of nice, just kind of a little bit of feedback, but there's not much noise. This thing isn't loud or anything like that. It just feels fun, and it feels like it's the right size. Wes did a great job on this. I'm shocked that I'm saying that, because again, for the first few days, I was just saying ow, 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 and I did not like getting my fingers stuck in this thing all the time. Now, as you know, I like to talk about the caps and the bearings, so let's take a look at the caps first. One comment I have about the caps is that they're a little too slippery. There's nowhere for me to really grip onto. So because they are a little bit slippery, I find that I have to pinch just a little bit tighter than I would absolutely like to, and it gives my fingers a little bit of fatigue earlier than it might have otherwise. Also, if we were to open this up and take a look at the bearings, you see a hybrid R188 size bearing. It's hybrid in that you can see that there is black, most likely silicon nitride ceramic ball bearing inside, and it's held by a stainless steel racer. But I guess I've had this complaint about a number of spinners now. I guess not a complaint, but a suggestion for the next time, Wes, is it's hard to remove. This bearing has been press fit into the spinner, and I actually pinged Wes, and he said that he's going to make a tool to make it easier to remove in case you get some dirt or whatever in there. But I wish there was a bearing retention system in this guy, because inevitably I'm going to be carrying this around. It's going to be in my pocket. I'm going to get some lint in it, and this thing is going to slow down like no other. Overall, I really like this. Spin time is around 4 minutes or so, but I can't put it down long enough for more than 5 seconds anyway. So for me, I'm just not a big spin time fan. I believe that this model also comes in a few other materials. I think you can get aluminum instead of brass, although brass has a beautiful gold look as long as it doesn't patina. And instead of the tungsten balls, you can get stainless steel. But again, that's really going to change the dynamics of the spin. That said, it'll be a little bit cheaper for you. This model with tungsten and brass is $115, and if you're willing to change the materials, I think it can be as low as $65 or $70. Overall, I can say for certainty that this little guy is going to be in my rotation. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Kudos to Wes for putting together a really nice original design and something fun to play with. So if you want one of these, you're going to have to track down Wes and his Facebook community at AlumaFX. I think right now they are sold out, but I believe he's planning on making more of these as long as there's interest. And I think there should be plenty of interest given how much fun this little spinner is. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, please let me know below in the comments. Hit subscribe. I'll be posting plenty more spinner reviews over the course of the next few days. Until next time, take care.